everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Catherine and I'm here once again with another episode of Spill the Tea with School Representative. Our today's special guest, we have here Miss Fair Inso of Sault College. She is the Regional Manager for Southeast Asia. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes. So
hello everyone. Hello,
yes.
Miss Kat.
Thank you so much for being here with us, Miss Fair.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. So, how are you? How is everything?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So everything is going fine. Situation with Sault College and in general for Canada, it's getting better. I think it's the same with the Philippines. But how are you and how is Canada?
Well, Kanata is doing really great. We are getting a lot of inquiries from our students who are aspiring to go to Canada, to study in Canada. So this is why we also invite you to let our viewers and more of aspiring international students to apply at Sault College, of course. Miss Fair, can you tell us something about Sault College, about its location and the offerings of Sault College to international students?
Right. Thank you for asking. So Sault College, it is located in the northern part of Ontario. So that's around 7 to 8 hours drive coming from Toronto. But if you're going to take a flight, it's an hour flight away.
Okay.
By the way, we have already 2 flights in a day. Finally,
great.
during the pandemic, it's just 1 flight in a day. But it has increased. 1 flight in the morning and then in the afternoon.
So for people who are going to Sault Saint-Marie, they have to land in Toronto and then from there they will fly to Sault Saint-Marie.
Exactly, yes. So we always advise the students from the Philippines to make sure that they need to land in Toronto. We have direct flights, right? From Manila to Toronto. So it's better to take that flight. And then from Toronto going to Sault Saint-Marie International Airport.
Okay, that's great then. So can you tell us something about Sault Saint-Marie, like the location, what can the students expect at Sault Saint-Marie once they land there?
Okay, so Sault Saint-Marie is not a very huge community. So we're so used in the Philippines that we have huge barangay, huge villages. But for Sault, it's a population of 73,000.
Oh, wow.
I know it's a village in the Philippines.
That's only one barangay.
Yes, that's correct.
Some areas.
That's true, but it's a very diverse city, just like anywhere in Canada. It's relatively safe. It's since it's in the border to the U.S. So from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, going to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan will take you around 5 to 10 minutes by driving just to cross the border.
Cross the border.
Yes, so that means that there's a lot of commerce going between the two countries. Yes, okay. That's right. So there is definitely employment and there is a good employability in the community.
Right. So since you mentioned a good employability rate once they finished a program at Sault College, what do you recommend to our aspiring international students for a program they should apply to at Sault College?
So we have over 70 programs that they can choose. Out of the 70, there are around 22 that will have co-op placement internship and having this applied learning as part of your education or with in your resume, this will have higher employability for you. So for the programs in the main campus in Sault Ste. Marie, I can recommend anything related to engineering, trades and technology, community services that will cover child and youth care or early childhood education, and of course health sciences. I want to get away from health sciences, but it's one of the industries that's really huge in Sault Ste. Marie and even across Canada. So Canada needs healthcare professionals. Same with Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes, of course. But you mentioned earlier about skill trades and engineering. Can anyone apply to these programs, or do you have any specific requirements?
So for the skilled trade, so we have the credential for diploma and then graduate certificate. For diploma, if you're aiming for engineering or skilled trades, anyone can apply as long as they are high school graduate, meaning K to 12, okay, and they have math subjects in their grades 11, 12 curriculum, or sorry, transcript. And for graduate certificate, they need to be a graduate of any engineering related programs,
Right.
so manufacturing related programs.
Right. So Miss Fair, you mentioned earlier about skilled trades program. What specifically programs are under this industry or department?
So for our skilled trades, we have two programs. That's motive power technician and metal fabrication. So both are 2-year diploma and still offered. It's still open this fall, fall 2022 intake, and they can definitely apply via Kanata.
Of course.
Yes, to process the application. So we only require high school graduates here. So again, we will need grades 11 and 12 math in their transcript.
But for old curriculum applicants, those who are who did not take the K-12 or the senior and junior something high school level, they are still eligible to apply, right? And
Yes,
a minimum
absolutely.
of a 2-year college in their previous degree.
That's right.
Yes.
So if they're coming from the old curriculum system, we will need at least 2 years of college or
Right,
university
yeah.
studies. If they did not finish their college or university, that's fine. As long as we have the 2 years.
Yes. Okay. And by the way, Sault College is eligible to provide postgraduate work permit. So if
Right.
you are applying for this 2-year program, you can apply for up to 3 years postgraduate work permit if you finish the program at Sault College. So Miss Fair, what about the IELTS requirements for Filipinos?
Right. So for the IELTS or English language competency test, it's waived for the Philippines, and we're expecting to waive it until next year, 2023 intakes.
nice.
Yes. So they don't need to take any English language competency test. This is applicable to all programs, no exception.
Okay.
Yes. So, but if they want to take, then they're welcome to do so because we have a language scholarship for IELTS.
How
If
much is the language scholarship?
It's additional 1,000 Canadian dollars. So as long as they meet IELTS 6.5, no band lower than 6, and that's applicable for either the academic or the general testing.
Okay, so if you guys took a general IELTS, then you can apply for the language scholarship. Well, speaking of scholarship, how much is the tuition fees? What is the range of the tuition fees at Sault College, and if you have any other scholarships aside from the language scholarship?
Yeah, so the range of tuition fees, of course, this will depend on your program, but it will be around 16,500 to 19,900 Canadian dollars per academic year. For the scholarship, additional scholarship aside from the language, we have entry scholarship, which is an automatic scholarship. As long as you apply to SU via Kanata, you will get 2,000 Canadian dollars. So that will be deducted in your first year tuition fees. It will be reflected in your letter of acceptance.
Okay, so this guys is an automatic scholarship. It means as long as you applied and you get the LOA, you will see it deducted from your first year's tuition fee. So that's a really good news for you guys who was looking for, scholarships or bursaries. Then Sault College offers scholarships for international students. Okay, now Miss Fair, since Sault Saint-Marie is part of the community that has the RNIP or Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, what assistance does Sault College provides for our students with regards to the RNI?
Okay, so even before you land in Canada, we do an orientation. So we have a pre-departure orientation from here. we will discuss briefly about RNIP.
Mhm.
Okay. And then once you get to the college, we will have an orientation for international students.
Is this for free?
Yes, of course. So this we will again discuss RNIP, but it will be discussed by our immigration lawyer.
Uh-huh.
So if you're going to attend the orientation for May intake onwards, we're looking at in person.
Mhm.
Then you will have the chance to ask questions
Right.
about RNIP or even about immigration in general to our immigration lawyers.
Mhm.
And then while you are studying, we conduct regular sessions about immigration, PR pathway, even RNIP. And then if you want further assistance, you can definitely check with our international department.
Mhm.
And we also request the assistance of Service Canada in Sault Saint-Marie. They will definitely provide you more information about that. And by the way, we will be doing an RNIP session,
Uh-huh.
and this will be provided directly by the Economic Development Council of Sault Saint-Marie. So they are the ones who is assessing the applications for RNIP.
So when is this event going to take
We're
place?
looking at maybe after May intake.
Uh-huh.
So it will be online, of course, because we want them to discuss directly about RNIP. I will definitely update Kanata on
Yeah,
that.
and then we can invite everyone to watch this orientation about RNIP.
Yes.
Okay, so since most or some of our students bring their dependents, like their spouse and of course their children to Canada, and their main objective eventually is for PR, is there any opportunities available for their dependents at SUSI?
Yes, definitely. So we have almost all of the industries in Sioux. Okay. But of course, we need to be clear on the different industries, on who applies the most or who employs the most, rather. So for Sault Ste. Marie, as compared to Ontario, we have higher employment when it comes to retail,
Uh-huh.
okay, administration, banking, and finance
Oh, that's
as
great,
well.
because we have a
Yes.
lot of students looking for with business backgrounds, finance
Exactly.
backgrounds.
Even with food and accommodation assistance,
Right.
and even with healthcare. So we have higher employment as compared to Ontario. And for Sault Ste. Marie's unemployment rate, it's always lower as compared to the provincial or the national average.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really good to know.
I
And
know.
speaking of accommodation, do you have in-house student accommodation provided for the students? And do you have any idea how much is the off-campus accommodation? You know, so to give them an idea how much is the living cost at Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah. So for our accommodation, we have on-campus accommodation. We have our student residence. And that will be, the cost will be around 600 to 700 Canadian dollars per month. But they will need to pay this per semester. Yes. So they will need to write a contract for that. And if they don't want to stay in the residence, they can check homestay. For homestay, it will be around, I think, 800 to 850 Canadian dollars per month. If still they don't want that, we can definitely assist with off-campus housing, and that's checking for apartments, you know, across the community. So, according to the Retail Association of Canada, for Sault Ste. Marie, for a 2-bedroom apartment, it's around 950 to 1,200 Canadian dollars.
For 2-bedroom.
For 2-bedroom. So that's way cheaper as compared to Toronto.
Yes. That's only for like a studio in
Yes.
Toronto. So
That's
definitely lower cost of living for our international students, of course, especially those who are bringing their families as well. Then you can really afford a 2-bedroom apartment for you and your family. Now, since international students are allowed to work 20 hours per week off campus, and there's also the availability of on-campus jobs on top of the off-campus jobs, now some are asking if you guys have co-op with your programs, and what is the assistance of Sault College in getting employed at companies located at Sault Saint-Marie?
Right. So first, let me touch on the part-time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like you mentioned, they can work 20 hours off campus.
Yes.
We also offer 10 hours on campus.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's additional.
Additional, yeah.
So they can work 30 hours
Already per week.
Yes, per
Yes.
week. So this is during the semester. As long as you apply for an on-campus job, then the college will provide you a 10-hour on-campus part-time job.
And usually, what kind of jobs are available on campus?
On campus, it's always a student assistant, yeah, or even receptions, yeah, because we have our own facilities
Right.
and they need people to man those. So that's for our part-time.
Mhm.
So some students, actually I've received, they're asking if it's legal. It is, actually with IRCC's policy, you can work on campus part-time, any hours. It depends on the college, how much they're going to give you.
Right. Oh, really?
Yes, for that's on campus only.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, on campus.
Yes, so for us, we make sure that for international students, if you want on campus, then maximum will be 30 hours part-time, and then, or 10 hours on campus, 20 hours off campus.
Okay, and then when it comes to the co-op,
Right.
what assistance does Sault College gives our
Yes.
students?
So for the co-op, let me just mention as well, because they might have a confusion about what is the co-op, and then we have placement and then internship.
Yes.
Yeah. So for the placement and internship, these are not paid, applied
yeah.
learning, but there is a huge assistance with the school. Of course, we have our placement officer, placement center that they will be the one to assist the student. But for the co-op, this is paid.
Yes.
Okay, so
And this is guaranteed paid.
yes, it should be paid. Yes, this is paid for Sault College. So some of the programs that will have really good co-op is culinary management, civil engineering,
Okay.
Bachelor of Engineering Mechatronics, and BSN, so Bachelor of Science in Nursing. That's offered to international students.
So
we
this
offer that,
Bachelor
yes.
of Nursing is perfect for K-12 graduates. So if you are a
Absolutely.
K-12 graduate and you're looking to continue your bachelor's degree in Canada and you want to pursue it in a healthcare industry, then definitely you can apply for a bachelor's in nursing at Sault College.
Yes.
So for work placement, Sault College automatically helps or assists the students to get placed in their jobs.
Yes. So that's still the student needs to understand that they will still be the one to apply, but of course all of the resources and information that they will need, it will be provided by the school. For the co-op, it's really up to the student if they have an employer in mind that they
Right.
want to apply to. As long as the employer agrees to pay them for their co-op, then that will be fine. But if they don't want, we have a list of our partner employers who also provide co-op. They can also check that.
Okay, so you will provide all these resources and it's up to the student whether they want to apply to any of these employers.
Absolutely.
That's great then. Okay. Right. So currently, Miss Fair, how many students are enrolled at Sault College?
Sault College will be more than 5,000 students. This is a mix of international and domestic. So for our international side, it will be more than 1,000.
Right.
It's a mix of course, different nationalities from 35 countries.
35. So
Yes,
wow, that's
35.
really diverse.
I know.
And how many is how many Filipinos are out of these 35 nationalities?
So for the Philippines, right now, I think we have around 150 to 170
Still a lot,
students.
yeah. So
Yes.
you can connect with this 170 people. So
Exactly.
definitely they do have the Filipino community wherein they can connect with with their kababayans, of course, and if you need any assistance getting around the area, if you're a newcomer, then you can connect with the Filipino community at Sault College.
That's right. So we have there is, I think, two Filipino communities there. One is recognized really by Sue because this was established by our alumni.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and also for the school, for the student association, we have a Filipino student association.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So it's not difficult for them like to adjust because you know
Exactly.
when you know like you have a kababayan over there, you feel like you
You're
have
at
someone.
home.
Yeah, you're at
Yes.
home. You have someone you can depend on. Well, it's a friend you can depend on. Okay. So let me ask you another question, Miss Fair, regarding this bridging programs because you know we have a lot of Filipinos who are looking for a great opportunity in Canada, especially for nurses.
Right.
So you have this bridging program to become a Canadian nurse. Can you walk us through a little bit about this program?
Right. So we have specific one. I will focus to. It's the professional nursing practice. The focus is gerontology and chronic illness.
Right.
So this is considered a bridging program. If you're going to look at the curriculum in our website, it will include the NCLEX preparation, the OSC preparation, and of course the practicum. Okay, so for this program, it will have a 200-hour practicum.
Yeah.
This is the highest, I think, in Ontario so
Yeah.
far. Yes. So this will be considered as a hands-on experience. So for students who already have the NCLEX, you have the option to take this program.
Right.
If you don't want to, we have other health-related programs, and another one closely related to this is the enhanced practice for internationally educated nurses. The focus is acute care. So for these programs, these are both 1 year graduate certificate, and for September this year, fall 2022, we are still open, but you need to request to Kanata because this is not directly open to any Filipino students or any Filipino RNs. So,
Right.
yes.
So you guys have to apply
Yes.
through us so that you can get your seat.
Exactly.
You can secure your seat by applying through Kanata Education, of course. So this is not guaranteed though, or is it guaranteed that they will become a Canadian nurse, or of course they must pass the NCLEX examination?
Yeah, it's not. I think nothing is guaranteed really because it really depends on the student. Even if you took this course, even if you're an RN in the Philippines, if you're not going to process your assessment or if you're not going to do your assessment on time with the National Nursing Assessment Services or NNAS, then definitely you will not be able to take the licensure exam.
Right.
So after your NNAS assessment, they will tell you what are the other things you need to accomplish, or if you're ready to register for the College of Nurses Ontario to take the licensure exam.
Okay, so to everyone who is planning to become a Canadian nurse, by taking this bridging program at Sault College, you will be able to have the advantage of having the NCLEX review, as well as getting advices from the college when to do your assessment, as well as the requirements, and it also covers the required practicum. Is that
Yes,
correct?
practicum.
Yeah. So it's very good for you guys who are eyeing to become a Canadian nurse. Okay, I think yes.
Can I just add, Kath, that if they want this program, they need to make sure that they have 1 year clinical experience for the past 2 years, because this will also count towards their assessment with NAS. And also they need to make sure that their license is valid throughout the program.
Oh, okay.
Or even when they plan to apply for the assessment. Yeah, because NS will need a valid RN license from the Philippines.
Right.
Yes.
So you have to keep in mind, guys, with regards to the specific requirements with this program, the bridging program. Okay, speaking of application, how long is the application process at Sault College, and if there is any application fee they have to pay?
Okay, so for our application process, as long as your documents are complete, so once again, you need to apply through Kanata because our portal is not open for direct applications. So you need to apply to them. As long as your application is complete, it will take 5 to 8 business days, okay, for the turnaround time of your letter of acceptance. And we don't have any application fees. We're waiving it. And I think this will be true until 2023.
That's good. So if you guys are still looking to apply for fall 2022, they do have a fast application turnaround between 8 to 10 days. So that's really fast considering, and also you don't have to pay for an application fee. So that's one savings for you guys. All right. So Miss Fair, any last words? And I also want to ask this question: when you think of Sault College, how you want to identify Sault College to our students?
To our students, so for Sault College, yes, I think I want them to identify us with the employability, okay, after graduation, and this is true coming from our partner employers.
Yes.
And our graduates. The satisfaction rating is quite high. It's on the top 3 across the 24 public colleges in Canada, and of course the quality of life in Canada, in Sault Saint-Marie, yes, because Sault Saint-Marie is considered to be really safe, and it's good, for families, if they have families, if they plan to have a family, it's a great place
to find someone.
Exactly. And to stay there.
Yes. Yeah, for long-term stay.
Exactly. Yes. The nature is really amazing.
So you can call Sault Saint-Marie your home away from home.
Exactly.
So of course you guys are looking for career opportunities abroad, and definitely at Sault Saint-Marie you can find the employers you're looking for, which can also help you boost your permanent residency applications. And of course, with the help of Sault College, they can give you or direct you to the right path and the requirements for you to accomplish your permanent residency applications, which is definitely your end goal in Canada. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Fair, for today. Thank you for coming here and for attending this session, and we look forward to receiving your applications, of course. And if you want to learn more about Sault College, you can also send an email to Miss Fairlane Inso of Sault College. I will put her email address down below the description box, and we are also be waiting for your application at Kanata Education. You can send us an inquiry on our Facebook page, or you can send us an email at inquiries@kanataedu.com. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.